Well, Kristian, here we go again, start of a new season, and you must be chomping at the bit after what's felt like quite a long off-season.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, at the end of the year, you want to celebrate a really successful year and get a little bit of time away from the sport as well. And then once you get into pre-seasons I find really enjoyable. You get to try and improve as a team and work really hard as a team, and so there's a lot of enjoyment there. But we've got to the point where we've done the pre-season, we've done the work. I think we're in a really good position, and all you want to do is see the players get out and play, and that's all they want to do as well. So that's where we're at.
How do you improve a team that goes 3 in a row?
Oh, look, I think we've got plenty of improvement in us. We need to make sure we've still got that hunger. And the things that have made us really successful over the last couple of years is how hard this group of men want to work, how consistent they want to be at that, and how hard they want to compete. And that comes with a real hunger to want to be the best and want to compete hard all the time. And from everything I've seen through a pre-season, we've still got that. And I think with some of the personnel that we've been able to bring in, we've got the ability that some of those guys have brought a real skill set to us, and a real ability that as individuals, if they're playing at their best, they've got the ability to improve us. And if I look at guys like Lewis Dodd and Jack Wellesby in particular, and they're going to play in really crucial positions as well, they're only going to get better. At their age, their experience, them now being in really key positions in the team, they're going to now get the opportunity to really express themselves and show what they're capable of. And that's how I think we'll improve as a team. And that's not taking anything away from guys that we've lost. We've lost some terrific players that we're going to really miss, and they've been a big part of the success. But I think as those young blokes in particular get better, we're certainly going to improve as a team.
Yeah, for a club like St Helens, when you do lose some players that were such a key part of that three-peat, I guess the temptation is to just go out into the market and sign straight-up replacements. But it must be really satisfying for you that some of those replacements are Jack Wellesby and Lewis Dodd and young lads that you've watched progress and have brought into the team.
It is, yeah. And look, that was our, in terms of when we knew that we were losing some players, that was our first 2 moves, was to make sure that Lewis Dodd and Jack Wellesby knew exactly where they stood, that they were going to be given the opportunity to hold those key positions and make those key positions their own. And I think on the back of that, that's where we're able to see some of that real improvement and real sort of comfortable look of being able to go out and play their game and show what they're capable of, because they knew that that was the opportunity they were going to be given. So once we'd figured that out, and that was all we were ever going to do there. I know it was reported that we spoke to other people, but that certainly wasn't the case. Those 2 were always going to fill those 2 spots. And once we'd finished that or finalised that, then it was about who else were we going to lose and what other holes do we need to fill, and how we go about finding the best players, finding the best people, and obviously ones that fit into what we had left on the salary cap as well.
Pretty rare, I guess, but a nice luxury to have young players like Lewis and Jack, but they've got experience of playing in grand finals and Challenge Cup finals and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's right. And look, they've got their experience because we've made sure that we've managed that, and we've made sure that we've drip-fed them experience at different times. And both have probably got opportunities in grand finals through injury, but what they've been good enough to do is go and make the most of those opportunities and really own those opportunities as well. And that's a great sign of them as young players. It's a great sign of them as young men and their temperaments, and it's a great sign of what their careers are going to look like as well.
At the other end of the spectrum, James Roby goes around again, a remarkable servant, not just to the club, but the game in general over here. But also, I guess you must feel that you can balance him out now with a player like Joey Lussick and take some of the pressure off James when you need it. And you've got, between those 2, an axis at 9 that he's as solid as any.
Yeah, we do. And I think James has shown over the last couple of years he's not slowing down. He's still playing terrifically. He's still able to play 80 minutes at a really high level, a really high intensity. His skill set is still as good, if not better than anyone in the world in our game. And he's outstanding to work with, both as a player, a person. He's the best leader that I've ever seen in our game, that's for sure, being able to work with in our game. So it's great having him in the team. And when you've got a young 7 and a young 1, having guys like him and Johnny Lomax there to help him is a real positive for us. And you mentioned Joey Lussick there. It's great for us, and something that we knew we had to do with our recruitment is just bring a little bit more support in for him. And at different times last year we had to play him for really big minutes, and more minutes than what we probably thought we should have and wanted to at different times, and particularly through those middle parts of the year. And Joey gives us the opportunity to just break that up a little bit and look after Robes a little bit more within games. There's going to be some games where we can say to Robes that you probably don't have to play this one, or you've played a lot and we'll give you a rest this one. And we know that Joey can play 80 minutes and do a really good job there. And I also think they complement each other really well. I mentioned all the really good things that James has still got about him, and Joey's got some of those skill sets as well, but he's got some of his own skill sets in the way that he can challenge the line, the way that he can kick out a dummy half. He's a real competitor. He's a good build for a hooker as well. So, as I said, I think we've got the mix there right in terms of some similarities but some differences, and it's something for us to look forward to as well.
2 Super League trophies and a Challenge Cup in your first 2 years with the club. But as a coach, do you have a little bit of an itch to scratch in terms of winning the minor premiership as well?
Yes and no. It'd be great to be able to go out and do that, and it'd be great. Obviously, every club I think starts the year thinking that they'd love to be in a position to win all 3, and we're certainly thinking that. At the same time, the 2 big ones for me are always going to be Grand Final, followed closely by Challenge Cup, and those big games, they're the reasons why you start doing the hard work in November, when it's all on the line and it all comes down to the pressure of one game and being able to perform. That's what you want to be a part of. That's what our group of men know how to do and have proven they know how to do that really well, and they'll always be at the forefront for me. And if we can get ourselves in a position where a league leaders is also available, then it'll be a cherry on the top.
So first up here, Catalans, first game of the season, first v second from last year's grand finalists. A real tough challenge, but one you must be relishing as an opportunity to make a statement.
Oh look, it's a great game to start the season. I think for our players, for the Catalan players, for the fans, I think it's exactly what you want to start the season. And we've had a long time out of footy. We've had the off season. We've had a long, tough pre-season, and our blokes have worked very hard. And you want nothing more than a real challenging game against the next best in the competition, and really go out there and butt heads in an exciting game. And that's what the players get to do, and I think that's great for the fans as well. The fans want the competition to start with a bang, start with a real quality game, start with the 2 best teams in the comp, and that's exactly what they're going to get.
Well, just lastly, obviously, there's always a real hype at the beginning of the season, real buzz. A little bit of an extra buzz this season as well, because alongside Sky, we've got a new broadcaster in Channel 4 who will hopefully bring the game to a new market on free-to-air. Just what a big opportunity is this for the game over here to develop and get in front of some fresh eyes.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity, and it's great that more media outlets want to show the interest in rugby league and televise rugby league, and we've got a great game. We've got a great spectacle. We've got great athletes. It's a tough person's game, and when I say persons, it's for men and women. And I think a lot of people, if they get their eyes on our game, can be converted and really fall in love with the game, as so many people already do. So I think it's outstanding for the game, and I really think that our team and all teams, that you look at the level of Super League this year, I think it is going to improve, and I think the closeness of the competition is going to really improve as well. And that, as fans and as spectators, that's what we want it to be. And when every game is a really competitive, really tough competition, then that's when our game's going to be at its absolute best. And as I said, that's what I think we're going to get, and it's great that more people are going to get to see that.